Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your favorite girl, Auli. I'm a Nigerian content creator who lives in PI, Canada. If you're new here, you're welcome. If you're an old subscriber, thank you so much for stopping by again. I film about immigration, lifestyle, and everything in Canada. So guys, I got a comment in the comment section about somebody asking if they can come to Canada and study for free. And I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, can they actually come to Canada to study for free? The answer is yes, but it depends on the course you want to study for free. So, Canadians, like domestic students, are not eligible to study for like entirely free, just depending on if the province is having like maybe a grant for a course or for a profession that is lacking in that province. So Canadians don't go to school to study for free, except maybe they have a scholarship or that province has a grant for a particular course or profession that they are in need of. So I'm just going to tell you guys a brief story on how I'm studying for free in Canada and how you can study for free as an international in Canada. So right now I'm currently studying the early childhood education, and these are for people that wants to work in like daycare centers, centers for children, like anything that has to do with children. It has to like basically anything that has to do with children. So if you want to work in agencies with disabled kids, like things like that, so you study the early childhood education. Currently I work in a daycare. I currently run a daycare in Canada, and this is how I got to know about the program. So sometime last year I applied for the early childhood grants with the province of Saskatchewan, because in my mind, I just thought that, oh, if you're a permanent resident in Canada, it doesn't matter where you live, you can apply for any province, educational grants. So I applied with them, and they replied me that I can go ahead to apply for my course. Later, I sent them my address and everything. So I guess the person that was going through the application didn't look at my address properly, because I don't live in Saskatchewan, but I applied for it because in my mind, it just says like in the description, it just says that you have to be a permanent resident, but it didn't say you have to be a resident of Saskatchewan. So I applied for it, and they told me to go ahead to register for courses and all of that. So I registered for courses, on the website there, and I put my address and all of that. So after like a month, like I got an email stating that they were looking at my information, and they realized that I didn't live in the province of Saskatchewan and that I do not qualify for this educational grant. I felt really, really bad, because I was like, I already thought I was going to resume school this January, and what am I going to do? And something I forgot to say to you guys at the beginning of this video is that sometime last year, sometime last year in July, I think it was, no, sometime last year in June, I applied for wellness for kids. It's a course under the early childhood program. So I applied for it, and I studied that course. It was a 42-hour course with Durham College. Durham College is located in Ontario, but I did the online part-time and professional learning, so you can study some courses online. So I registered for that course. It was 42 hours. It cost me about between $330 to $380 Canadian dollars. And I registered for that because my province here, for you to open a family home center, and in most provinces, for you to open a family home center, you need a certification of at least 30 hours to 42 hours of studies related to early childhood. So I chose that wellness for kids and wellness for children with Durham College, and I did that and applied for my certification. So it cost me around $330 to $380. I'll put the amount on the screen. So guys, when I did that, I was already hoping that, okay, Saskatchewan, I would study with them in January. But come like around November, December, when I was in Nigeria, I got that email stating that, oh, I don't live in Saskatchewan, and so I could not study. I could study, but they're not going to pay for the grant because I'm not a resident of that province. So I felt so bad. When I came back from my trip, I reached out to my own province, because on my province website, it doesn't clearly define the grant. They just say we're eligible to study, but it doesn't like, it doesn't talk about it very well. So, and it's not for everybody. So I reached out to the granting office, like the office in charge of grant in my province. I actually even went to the office, and a lady there gave me a lady's contact and said, this contact, just reach out to her and tell her that you want to study and you want the government to sponsor you and all of that, and that you're opening a daycare and you want to further your degree and all of that. And then I got talking with her, and then she told me colleges that I could study in. She said I could study with MBCC, I can study with Holland College, I could study with Lawrence College, I could study with Durham. Like, she basically just told me her own story, how she got her own licensing and all of that. I told you, the people in PEI are very, 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 very friendly. So she basically explained all those things for me, and I reached out to the lady and told her that, oh, I got your number from this other lady in the licensing office, and she said I should reach out to you. And she was so nice to me, and she told me that I should go to Holland College, that I could pick out of these 3 courses. Play is part of learning, child development, and child guidance. And I think there are about 30 to 42 hours courses, and I could pick out of that. And I registered for play is part of learning. So when I wanted to register for child development or child guidance, they said that the slot is already closed, so I couldn't apply for that they've taken the number of students they wanted to take. And so I only got play is part of learning, and I felt so bad because play is part of learning is just 42 hours, and I really wanted to, like, do 5 to 6 courses this semester. So I know that I have about maybe 18 more courses to be able to get my diploma. So I really felt bad. So I reached out back to them and said, oh, play is part of learning is the only course available, and I already have wellness for kids because I already have a certification in that I want to go to Durham College. I want to go to their own website and apply for other courses. Would you guys be paying for that? So she said I will have to reach out to somebody else in the ministry to find out if Durham College is a designated learning institution. So I reached out to that lady, and she said go ahead to apply. So in Durham College, I applied for child development. I didn't apply for child guidance. I applied for personal and I think professional wellness, something like that. And I applied for early childhood introduction and practices. So I applied for these 3 courses in Durham College, and I also applied for play is part of learning in Holland College. So these are I got my 4 courses. It's not 5 to 6 because when I started studying, I realized that, oh, this 4 is a lot because I still have to do with my work, with my family affairs and all of that. So I just kept that 4. I was like, it's even too much for me. Maybe next semester I'll apply for the next course. So this course started January the 14th or January the 16th, and it's going to end in April 24th to 28th, around that time. I'll put it on the screen. So how it works is that you register for the courses, you pay for it. When you pay for it, you send the receipts to the government, and the government reimburses it to your account. Like the amount you pay, the total amount for all these courses, the government will pay back the money into your account. So if you're an international student, the question I know everybody has been waiting for is, how can you study early childhood for free as an international student? So if you're married, your husband or your wife is coming to Canada to study for a master's degree, then your partner is eligible for an open work permit. So if your partner is eligible for an open work permit and daycare or early childhood education is something your partner is interested in, I'll advise that when your partner comes into Canada, he or she should work in a daycare center, like apply for jobs in a daycare center, speak to their employer and tell them that, oh, I am very interested in furthering my education as an early childhood educator. I work here. I'm really interested in children development, how they grow, how they think and everything. And then your daycare would sponsor you and send your information to the province that we're sponsoring this international worker or sponsoring this teacher of ours or this educator of ours to study in any college of their choice for free. And then they will send all your details to the province, and sometimes the daycare will pay for those courses, or they may ask you to pay for it, and then the government will either reimburse you for paying for it or reimburse your daycare employer for paying for it. So I don't advise anybody to come to Canada and say they want to study early childhood education. I don't. Instead of you to study that early childhood education, I advise that your partner comes to Canada to do their masters. Add more money, like they should do their masters. When you do their masters, you can also still study the early childhood education for free, like, and your partner is going to get an international degree. You're also going to get an international degree. I hope you did learn something from this video, and I'm going to put in all the provinces that they offer these programs. Like my province for sure, Prince Edward Island offers it, New Brunswick offers it, Saskatchewan offers it because I applied to them, Ontario offers it, I think Manitoba and Vancouver, British Columbia, I think they also offer it. So I'll put all the provinces that are involved in this grant, and so if your partner or you are going to that province to study, you can take advantage of this program. And I hope you did enjoy this video. If you did, please give it a huge thumbs up, subscribe to my YouTube channel, leave comments in the comment section so I know that people are watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.